They've read a book and want to talk about it. It's the Izzie and Coco Book Review Show.
Hello and welcome to Izzie and Coco's Book Review Show. Today we have a very special guest, Amy from RealPagesBite.com.
Hi guys.
Hi. Your blog, she reviews movies, books as well, and restaurants. And she's a sci-fi geek, so we thought she fit in perfectly.
Alright, we're looking forward to the show.
Yes.
Okay. Today we'll be reviewing Soulless by Gail Carriger. There we go. Soulless is a steampunk novel set in London in a Victorian era, and it's about a preternatural lady called Alexa Tavarotti, and she lives in a world where there are vampires and werewolves and mad scientists. And her superpower is that when she comes in contact with one of these supernatural creatures, she takes their power away and they temporarily become human while they're still in contact.
Yeah.
And the novel revolves around a murder mystery, and she was accused of killing the vampire.
Oh yes. Not only is she, what is it called? She's the main suspect
in a murder, so she will have to solve the case, and she will have to deal with all these supernatural creatures along the way.
And high society in the Victorian era in London, so making sure everything is proper etiquette and everything while finding the murderers.
So fasten your seatbelts and let's do this. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alerts are coming, so if you haven't read the book, go check it out and come back and finish our review.
So Amy, since you're a guest,
yes,
you get to go first and tell us what you thought in general about the book. Is it a yay or a nay?
I think it's definitely a yay. It is very entertaining, very captivating, and there's so many elements to a book that everybody can relate to, and it's something that you can actually translate even to reality, to real life. So I think it's a great book, and I'm definitely looking forward to the second one.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you liked it, because it's one of our favorite books.
Yeah, we didn't want to talk first. We were like, let's see what Amy says, because I don't want to discourage her if she didn't like it, but I'm glad you liked it, because it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, this is one of our favorite series. The entire series is fantastic.
Yeah, you'll love the rest of the books.
I need to get them already.
Yeah.
Yes.
They keep developing. We're ready. Okay. Yeah, they keep developing the love story and all of the side characters. So
yes,
I really love the series. But this first novel is a fantastic novel, so I absolutely give it a yay.
Yes, and my Goodreads, solid 5 stars.
Yeah. So go check it out for sure. Okay, so Gail Carriger developed some very interesting characters. Who was your favorite character in this book?
My favorite character would have to be the Colonel?
The Colonel? Who's that? Colonel Macu?
Yes, Lord Macoon.
Oh yeah. That's better, right? He is an awesome character. He is like the alpha of the alphas. I love that.
Oh yeah, he's burlish and out of control, and his beta is always trying to keep him proper because he'd rather be running around naked.
Yes.
And he's Scottish, right?
Yeah, so it adds an even more element of like crazy.
Yeah. I love him.
Yeah, I love him. And it's the perfect contrast to another amazing character, which is the main character, Alexa Tavarotti, because she's soulless. So she feels like she's not creative, but she has to be absolutely proper. So whatever society says, you have to eat with all propriety. You have to wear what the society says. So it's the perfect contrast. How these two characters butt head throughout the book. I love that.
They're so contrasting, but at the same time they're so alike because they're so stubborn and they're so like one-sided when it comes to like things that they want to do and want to spearhead.
So oh my god, that's so true.
Funny.
Yeah, because they're both like leaders. She's not a follower. She's like and he recognizes that in her. He's like she's a woman and she's an alpha too. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then another great character. Oh, I didn't ask you. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I apologize. I'm not used to having so many guests.
Well, my favorite is Lord Al-Kaldama. He is awesome. He is one of the main vampires in the story, and he's an incredibly flamboyant gay vampire.
Oh my god, I love that guy.
Yes.
That is so crazy. What is it that he nicknames Alexa?
Oh, he has a... I can't believe I didn't write that down because he has the funniest nicknames for her, like my little pudding, something like that.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Yes. And it's interesting how Makun, Lord Makun? Yeah, Lord Makun is kind of jealous of her at the beginning. Like, Alexa can't begin to explain, like, I don't understand why. But they're really good friends. Her and Lord Kaldama are really good friends. But he's still a little jealous. He's like, I don't know how to explain to you that he is not interested in me in that way.
Oh, I know, I love it. But I also love how they introduce him when he walks into a place and he puts on his shoe with the buckle and the diamonds and all the bright colors. I can just picture it perfectly.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I have a great description so you can get an idea of how crazy his outfits are. And like fashion, the most important thing for him is his power is dealing with information. He always has information, but I think above all is fashion.
Oh,
fashion,
yes, of course.
Then information.
And it's funny because also what I like about Gil Carriger is that at that time that the book is set, like having pale makeup, like very white makeup, is in fashion. So she says that the reason why that look was in fashion was because vampires
We're so pale.
So that the London Fashion Society decided that was in fashion. So I love how she does little things like that in the book too.
It's a great book. So let's see his description of like your first impression of his outfit. So it was impossible not to grin at Lord Al-Kaldama. His attire was so consistently absurd. In addition to the heels, he wore yellow checked gaiters, have no idea what that is, gold satin breeches, an orange and lemon striped waistcoat, an evening jacket of sunny pink brocade. His cravat was a frothy, flowing waterfall of orange, yellow, and pink Chinese silk, barely contained by a magnificently huge ruby pin.
Oh my goodness.
There's so many colors, so many things going on here.
He is a rainbow. He embodies a rainbow pretty much. So it's hilarious. I love reading whenever he walks into a room. She always describes his outfit and I'm always giggling to myself. It's so crazy.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So, and then there's one last character that is also fantastic, which is the wacky Ivy Penny.
Oh, her best friend.
Yes. She is cuckoo out of her mind.
Yes.
But I also laugh at her throughout the whole book with her crazy hat, and her fashion is also...
It's so funny how they have like this thing where she, with Alexia, actually insults her.
Yes! How did you mention that? I love it. In such a way, it's like, I think she's a great comedy element that she uses. Her like straight out tells her how ridiculous her hats are, and then just continues like nothing. Okay, we're talking about what sunny day is.
I know, it's so funny, and they love each other, but there's that antagonism between the two best friends. I love that. It's a really fun
because
relationship
Alexia is, even though she's very proper and follows etiquette, she's a very practical person too. And her friend is so absurd, like worried about the stupidest things, about who saw her walking with who.
And also, it's so funny because Alexia is like no nonsense, straight to the point. If she has something to say, she'll straight out just say it to you point blank.
Yeah.
And Ivy Penny, she's like, she has to tell you something, she'll go around the bend, she'll write a poem, and eventually she might tell you what it is that she was trying to tell you. So it's really funny how those two are black and white.
I don't know if it's in this book, but that reminds me, I think that at some point Alexia's like, okay, stop it, just go out ahead and tell me what it is you're trying to tell me.
Because I don't understand. Yes. She gets so poetic that you're like, what are you saying? Yes. So that's really funny. So I absolutely love Gil Carriger's characters.
Yes.
So what did you guys think about the steampunk in the world?
I think steampunk is very interesting. Like I love just imagining the outfits, like the corsets and the boots and the dresses. I think it's amazing.
Oh yeah, I love steampunk also. So I really love how she incorporates it into the book. And also she describes the technology Like, is it in this book that she weaponizes her umbrella?
No.
No, okay, thank you. Okay, sorry, let me give it away.
You have that to look forward to. I guess, what did you guys think about the love story?
I thought it was great. I mean, I fell in love with like the characters, and of course, as soon as you read it and you see them, you're like, they're bound to get together.
Oh yeah, like I can't wait till this happens.
I love it because the book opens and immediately you're thrown into a situation where Alexia has to deal with Lord Macoon, and they're like on. I think they met each other in a situation where Alexia got Lord Macoon to like sit on a cactus or something.
A porcupine.
Yeah. So like
Which is funny because they never
her.
explain it, so I'm curious about how that happened.
Yeah, it's like an internal joke. Like the first meeting was like that, not a good first impression. Yes.
But they never actually explain it. I read the whole series, they never go into how they actually met. But from the get-go, they do not get along, and it's hilarious. And then it's funny how you see Lord Macoon starting to fall for her, and his beta noticing, he's like,
oh,
hey.
his beta knew before him.
Yeah.
It was like he's like playing along. Oh yeah, that Alexia is so annoying, but we know.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna have to tell this guy that he fell in love with this crazy lady.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, I thought that was a really cool love story, and how they end up like
together.
Yeah.
And then the first scene where he kisses her.
It was really good.
It was really
yes.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. So anything else you guys liked about the book?
Let me check my notes. Well, it's like, what is there not to like about this? Like, there's corsets. It's a Victorian era, which I love those kind of books. So it's paranormal, vampires, werewolves. Yes, kind of like a zombie is in there, and a kick-ass heroine main character.
Yeah,
it's like she's very cool. She's not shallow. She's very funny. So.
It has all the great things of an amazing series, not just first book.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The author Gail Carriger, I love her. She's like, she has such a. I personally like her style of writing. It's very witty.
Yeah. And it feels like it's fancy writing because it has the London accent. So I love it. I'm like, I eat it up. I'm like, yes, more please. Oh, it was also interesting how of all of the groups that she has, of the vampires and the werewolves and the humans and the scientists, she made the villain the humans, the scientists.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it was very interesting when you were talking about why you liked your book, how you can apply it to real life. I found that very interesting because she creates like this kind of right-wing like fanatics, which are the humans, that are like no against anything paranormal. So they're kind of like in their own way like the racist people. Yes. Yeah. So it's very interesting on how they're not tolerant of that, and I like it how she has. Oh, and later on you'll see. I like it how she has
a position in the government.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah. Thank you.
That she gets to represent because they have a representative in for the vampires, a representative for the werewolves, and she's like the neutral agent that gets to. Does that happen in this first book?
Which she can literally neutralize them too.
Yes, exactly.
She's called the Muja, the
Mujab. I don't remember. Something like that. Yeah.
One of those things. She gets a good job.
Yeah.
At the end of the book.
Yeah. She works directly for Queen Victoria.
Awesome. So yeah, that was a great book. I totally recommend this, and
I completely recommend it.
Okay, cool. So go check out Soulless by Gail Carriger, and come visit us back for other book reviews at email us at books@dapperanimals.com, and check out dapperanimals.com too.
Yes, and please don't forget to check out our wonderful guest website, which is
realpagesbite.com.
Cool. And we'll see you next time.